We'll start sanding, so I protected the pianos. This one, last time I did a bit sanding and there was a lot of dust into the piano, and this one also I tried to close everywhere I could. This stuff I will try to do outside, this I have to do inside. The feet I can do outside also, these two. And then I kind of protected the mechanic there, this piano. And I'm listening to Wagner, The Ring, to motivate me sanding. I spent my Sunday sanding the whole piano, no, my Sunday afternoon. So I sanded with big grit 100, how much was it, 180 I think. And then I sanded, trying to have everything smooth. Then I sanded to 240 and then I went directly to 400 to have it really soft. Then I actually filled the little holes and stuff, like here actually, with wood filler. I could have filled it with something else, but this like special, especially here I had to fill a lot of gaps here. And I will paint them because the color is too, so I will, this product I use for here. I also sanded this so that this will be soft in case I want to French polish it. So I will color all this stuff. Here I need to put some more veneer. I filled actually this little gap here too, and especially these ones here that I miscalculated. I filled them, I will paint them and see how it looks. There too, there were like gaps from, and there you can see the correction I made. Here's a new thing, I think this came out newly, I didn't see this. So now we'll color it, see how it looks tomorrow when it's dry, and soon I will start the French polishing actually. If it's looking nice and I can feel everything is very smooth, I will start filling the pores with this powder and some shellac, some French polish. So I started to French polish it. I started by trying to fill the pores with Beams Mail, with this kind of powder and some shellac. And I really struggled because the powder was falling down all the time, still a bit there actually. And I didn't know really the mix between the shellac because the shellac started to make some clutches and bumps. So I tried to hold the whole thing. You can see here white lines. And then I put started the first layer of shellac and I realized the white doesn't go away, which I didn't like. So I sanded everything again and I bought a kind of pore filler thing. I think this is more liquid, it's more easy maybe on this kind of surface. But since I already went with shellac and this thing, I think here the pores are already quite filled, but I will need to do it again and see what's the result of it. You can try to see, and there I had to re-glue some stuff actually with liquid glue. And the way you see it the most is actually there. You can see there, the pores are really too big, it's not looking nice, and I don't want to have tons of shellac on it to hide it. And there I also did a bit, and then I sanded, and you can see that's actually what I sanded stayed in the pores. So maybe that's a way to seal the pores too, I don't know. So I will try with this there too. You can see rest of sanding that stays in the pores, but again it's not completely closed, right? Like here is still a lot of pores that are open that I really want to have there too closed. So we'll try with this new product. I have to wait till it's coming and then I will try again. But this actually is already starting to look great, and I like the reddish shine of the shellac. Yeah. So since I didn't manage to do it with the pumice, so this powder, I bought this, which is a kind of liquid, and it's a mix of shellac, this pumice, this powder, and something else I think inside. It's transparent. And I'm just applying it to the piano, trying to fill the pores. I did the first one, I already sanded it. You can see some pores are still a bit apparent, they're not completely sealed. And I'm just applying this to the whole piano. It actually makes the piano color change a bit in a nice way. You can see here I did it here, then not yet. We'll finish this now. I think I will have to do it maybe 2 or 3 times to be sure that the pores are really closing, and maybe they will not be completely closed. I don't know why, or I don't know if they have to do many times, I think not. Yeah, I'm experimenting with this now. Now I just finished sanding it, and you can see the pores get filled a bit, this white stuff there. Like, actually on the video you can see it quite good. So there's also a bit on the surface. It's not an easy stuff. I don't know how to really sand the lac, the shell lac, and leave what's inside the pores. Not that easy. I tried also to rub it a bit in it, so to sand it and then do this so that some powder goes in the pores. So it's, I think, there I did 2 layers and sanding it for the second time. The rest I did only 1 layer and sanding for the first time. I'm curious what this will become. So I'm making on some places the 3rd layer of grundierung, of sand sealer. Here's the 3rd layer, the other thing is the 2nd layer. And I have the feeling on some places the pores are getting smaller. Like there I could see it's getting smaller, so I have the feeling, I was reading you need sometimes 3 to 5 layers of grundierung with every time sanding in between. It's a lot of work, it's a bit annoying work, but I really hope I will get a nice result with this. It's the only way I found out to seal, to close the pores of the wood. And the pores on palisander are quite big. Maybe I sanded too much before opening the pores, I don't know. But let's see how it evolves. So I'm doing I forgot to count now, that's probably the 3rd or the 4th layer of primer. Now I'm doing it with this, and not with the pins anymore. I'm trying to do these layers and trying to fill the last pores and then sanding it with 400, and actually I can see the difference, I can see the result, it's getting filled. So I'm done with one more layer of grounding, or what do you call this? This filler, sanding filler. And I really like the color, and it's starting to getting fine. You can see places like this already gets like a mirror. You can see like pores, slightly still some small openings there. Maybe you can see it's getting really difficult to see, but there, this one you see, for example. There you can see some too. And here you start as a mirror effect, but you can see some small one here. So I think this I did more than the rest. This needs probably one more sanding and one more layer, and then places like this, I don't know if you can see it, needs a bit more. You can see it in the light, like otherwise you don't really see it. Same with this here. I don't know if you can see, actually there all the pores are closed, and then I just have to sand it to have an even surface here. Same for here. There you can see still some little pores open, so there we'll have more sanding and more layer. That's actually quite some little pores too here. I should put more. So that's just sanding to have it even. You see, like this was running a bit out because I put more to close them. There you can see some open pores. That will be closed next layer, I think. So I started the first shellac layer. I stopped doing the filling the pores because I'm getting tired of doing it. The pores are more filled than before, but not completely. And I decided to leave it like this because I'm not sure I will manage to have it completely fine. It actually looks fine enough. What you see there is the oil that will go away. And you can see some lines of me sanding it. That's the problem with when you sand it. If yeah, you make some lines, but actually I think it's looking great. So we'll see how it's looking tomorrow. You can see the color of the wood is really nice. And if it's nice tomorrow, I will take this away, and the feet I will do later. That's another kind of lac, and the rest I will sand outside, so I don't need to have this protection anymore, so I can play on it and again. So there is the, I think, third layer of French polish. It's starting to look a bit better. Still these marks that I think will go away at the end with the last cleaning. You can see these marks here. I think these are oil marks, and the last product I put on it take this stuff away. The surface is smooth. From very close you can see pores, not there, maybe here. Yeah, it's getting difficult to see the pores, but in some lighting you can see open pores, like for example here. Yeah, actually I'm happy with the, especially I'm happy with the color of the wood. The wood has a really nice brown deep color, and when you look at this, the surface is getting really flat and reflecting the light in a nice way. Now I'm working on the foot, so that's with another kind of shellac. It's this one. It's one that actually spread more easily, and it's done with a pencil. But this surface is not very flat, so I had to sand it and then do again, and I would probably have to do some layers before it's really shiny and flat. Same for this, but you can see that's not there yet, needs some sanding and some more layers. Problem with this is I cannot really fill the pores there, and I cannot really go with this shellac with the ball. And then here I'm putting back this kind of leather, because this is keeping the pedal in the middle when it goes down. It's the original one. I put it back with some glue. And the piano, I still have to do some layers of shellac, and I think I will start the layers of shellac on this one too. There will be still some pores visible, but I think I cannot do better. So I'm kind of done of doing this stuff. You don't have to look too close because it's not done that perfectly. It's shiny, but if you look again in some light, you see open pores. Since it's with the brush, sometimes you see some lines, but from far it's looking nice. These two, I made the petals where like they were, so this stuff here, so that it's tight on the side. I will maybe put some gliding stuff here, and the foot of behind is also almost done. I think one layer and then it's fine. One more layer. Again, if you look closer, you see some imperfections, right? But by the way, it also had cracks. But if you look from a bit further, it looks new. And there I started to fill the pores with this same thing I used for the piano, but I would not manage the same way, so I just did one layer, and I will accept to have a French polish with a bit open pores. But pores are not so deep here, so this should look fine. Let's see. I will start French polish this. Still have some layers to do here, but this is done. So there I'm making progress with this. It starts to look more shiny. It must probably need a second and a third. And then I'm wondering what I will do with this, because it stayed lighter color than the rest. I don't know if I leave it or if I try to taint it again, but I'm not sure I can do it now. Same here, starts to look better. This foot is almost done, it has to dry now, and then I will put it back behind. Then I still have to do this, like 2-3 layers. And the piano actually needs 2-3 layers too, everywhere. So in the process of French polishing this is actually starting to look good. It needs 1 or 2 layers more, probably only 1. I sanded this back because it had a lot of small irregularities, and then I decided to fill some holes, like here, this for example. Taint it a bit darker, and then some stuff came loose here. I had to glue again yesterday, and now we'll put some more. And there was a big hole too. I said I have to sand a bit more, and then I will French polish this again, and it should start. And I put it on the piano because it's a bit more easy to work on. So actually I have a secret to share. I just did probably one of the last layers. You can see it look really great. I will do one more. I think it will get even more shiny. You see like little bumps, but that's the wood in under it. That's not completely flat. And then you can see some marks here, but since I will do one more layer, these marks will go. And actually I found why this mark stays. I didn't stay long enough, so you should like turn in all direction, like really to spread the varnish long enough to get all the marks away, which I managed this time. And this was the last thing I didn't know how to get rid of. You can see it's getting really great, right? So I want to show, I put the last Hochglanz. It's kind of making it really shiny. It's a finished layer. I put it everywhere and it looks really very nicely shiny. This I could do a bit more, like this part here. I should work a bit more on it, I think. The rest is perfect. This is like a mirror. This is like a mirror too. You can see the keys in it. You can see my feet. This part I did too, but this one is also less. Still looks like a mirror actually. I'm surprised. This is looking amazing now. I'm really happy with this. And I did of course the whole piano like this. So everything looks more shiny, as you can see there too. Yeah. And I'm just finishing this. Need some more layers, and then I also put this shiny stuff on top of it, and then it should be finished. And then my piano builder said maybe I should do this as a job, like redo pianos like this, because nobody is doing this in Switzerland. So yeah, like again, I'm happy, really happy with the result, but it's not like there is a professional in Bordeaux who does this really better. The difference is if you get very close, you can see some open pores here. There is one, right? Which you would not see probably with this professional from Bordeaux. So that's the difference. But maybe I can still learn this to make the pores disappear on the finish. So there it is. I'm done restoring this piano for now. Actually, I still have some stuff to do, like I will keep French polish a bit the upper part there, both sides, because it's nice, but it needs to be more like a mirror, to have it the same as the other base. And then I still need to put the red felt here. And then there are some dampers that are not working correctly. These four I need to find and then fine tune, see if all the dampers are the same height, and then retune it. But basically I'm done, and I will make a small break now. No hurry anymore. That's the piano. That's the upper part. The side. Looks really great now. Very last step, it's to sand all this. I did it already. Do some French polish on it, using this one like for the feet on the places like inside there where I can't really go with this ball, and then using the normal French polish for the more or less flat surface, and then sanding again to have it a bit smoother, and then put everything together and put it back on the piano. Just did one more layer on this one, but that's the thing, on video it always looks like great, on pictures too, it's like super shiny. That's what, even there it's like really wow, amazing. Then as soon as you look against the light, there's still this kind of stripes line. Yeah, I don't know. I did my best. Still have to learn about this probably. So I'm done with the piano. This will be the last video about the piano, and I will do a number 20 where I play on it. You can see all the sides shiny. I'm done with this too. Things comes out like this. The stand there, nicely shiny there. Finish this one there. The inside is nice too. And now I'm selling it. If you want to buy it, you're welcome. I mean, I could put a new polish if I sell it and I have it in a better light. I can see, like, also this is done. You can see it's nicely shiny too. There you have it.